All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another DC World Collide video. This is Mr. Squirrel. As always, glad to have you here. Let's chat about what was released on the Discord. So they gave a timeline of events and how they're going when they're going to drop specific characters for the Peacemaker season, as we can see here. So what we can see is that on the 28th, that'll be Thursday, the following week, so 6 days from the time of making this video, they're gonna drop Peacemaker, and then that's the legendary hero. Then on September 11th, which is gonna be, I mean, 2 weeks from that date, they will drop Vigilante, and then finally, similar to the Justice Gang season, they will drop Judo Master. Judo Master will have the team synergy, so it's gonna go legendary, epic, epic. Now, what's interesting here and kind of stood out to me is I thought Eagle was going to be the reinforcement, and it is not Eagle. It's going to be the cannon. So we have this cannon that's going to be the reinforcement. The artifact is going to be the Sonic Boom helmet that Peacemaker wears, and there will be other events. They don't mention the other events here. We just see the characters, which is fine, but there's a couple things I really wanted to talk about with this event. We'll first just say, so it's going to be 2 weeks for Peacemaker, 1 week for Vigilante, 1 week for Judo Master. That is the exact same way the Justice Gang was dropped. Now, it's important to note that these seasons last 2 months, so this will be month one. So this will be 2 weeks, 1 week, 1 week, 4 weeks total, with the week after this being the like rerun banners. I would imagine these are going to drop in the following weeks after these drop. So it's going to be these first, and then you'll get these in the following weeks upcoming. And then finally it'll end with some reruns alongside these things right here. This will be the elite artifact, and then this is our new reinforcement. If it follows suit, this will drop the last thing that will drop. It'll literally drop in this order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So this is kind of how you're looking at by weeks: first 2 weeks, third week, fourth week. I hope these don't drop exactly at the same time, like they kind of did with crypto and the Coronas. I'd hope they spread these out just a little bit more. We'll see though. Now, so we know he's a tank. They haven't. These seem like they're just attackers based on the kits that they gave. He extends armor break, and then he does auto crits. So, and then his team synergy at rank 3. We know that at rank 3, all anti-heroes will counterattack the first person that ults. So it seems overall pretty good. Of all of the bunch, again, I'm going to just kind of say this. I think Peacemaker is the person you should be going for. Now, what if we're going to go off of what the Justice Gang season kind of employed? If you're going to go for Vigilante, then you need to go for Judo Master. Most likely. It's kind of like how on... You don't need to. I will just say this. We know that the creature commandos are part of the anti-hero team synergy, but many of the global release players do not have the creature commandos because the creature commandos released right before. That was the season right before the Justice Gang season. People that do have the creature commandos probably started in a different, not in NA Global. NA Global was July 7th. That was prior or post the release of the creature commandos. So many of us who started like on the global release will not have those characters. Now, you might have pulled them in random, weekly recruitment, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. That's great. And if you have some of those creature commandos, like if you have Bride, I think will work really well with this team just because she is also, her ult is doing auto attacks. This team seems very auto attack heavy, especially the way Judo Masters, the way they framed his team synergy. It seems like Judo Master is very much based on auto attacking, and countering, which is auto attack centric. So we'll see how this all operates. I am more, how am I going to explain this? I don't like this timeline. The more and more I'm playing this game is that you, I think we don't know what Peacemaker's kit is. All we know is he's a tank anti crit. I think that can be really good, but I'm curious to see, is he debuffing? Is he redirecting? Like, what is he specifically doing? Now, is he only going to be good on this team? Is he going to be good on many teams? That will really give us insight. If he's good on like crit, like let's just say he has like an AOE attack, then he can work on Green Arrow's team, the crit, which they've already stated that he, will help physical, which means that I'm wondering if he'll work on Green Arrow. It's like Green Arrow, him, Bane, maybe Kid Flash or Zatanna, Wonder Woman, and you have your 5-man team. And if that works, I might actually use that team. Because I do think Green Arrow has a very good leader skill, especially at rank 10, because it's doing that silence. That overall is just really dope. I might think about running that as my third team if Peacemaker's really good. But at the same time, I don't really want to burn through my summons because I'm not that interested in Vigilante and Judo Master. Now, the reason I wanted to make this video, though, is because if you want to run the anti-hero team synergy, the more and more I'm seeing, the way they're dropping this is they're going to front load the new characters in the beginning, and then the following month is going to be just reruns and feature recruitment on older characters, which if you see a season coming out, we know this one is Peacemaker season, and then I think and then we know the next season is gonna be Fire and Ice. They've already alluded that that's gonna come out this year at some point, which means that that's when Firestorm and Killer Frost. I could be wrong, but they did make note that they said that we're coming out in 2025, which means they're coming out right after the season because there's only gonna be 2 more seasons left. This is one of the 2 seasons. The next season is the last season. And so that will cover 8 months. So 8 months, 4 months. It's Peacemaker season is 2 months, and then the Fire and Ice season is going to be the second 2 months. Now, personally, I really think unless you're gonna like go all in on Judo Master's leader skill, you really shouldn't be summoning too much on this, and that you should be saving. At the same time, if you skip the Justice Gang and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna run anti-heroes, then you should go for all of them. Because then you're going to want to run Judo Master, you want to run Peacemaker, we know the way they make them that they do synergize well together. Justice Gang synergizes very well together. I would imagine the Peacemaker season is also going to do the exact same thing of synergizing well together. You also, if you're going to run this team, you really kind of want to go for Bride. My only hesitation with all of this is that a lot of these are very new characters. Bride is just recently came out, Peacemaker is coming out, Vigilante is coming out, Judo Master is coming out. You don't have a lot of breathing room from one summon to the next. And so the other thing to take note of is that as you're where we're at now, you really want many dupes of characters. And the way they have the epic characters, there is no guarantee there. You can legitimately pull like 400 times and be very unlucky and not pull the character. So you really want to have a nice bank of encrypted tokens. Now, on the other hand, you need 150 to guarantee the new legendary. So I actually think in a way the legendary is easier to summon, but the super encrypted tokens are much harder to come by. However, everyone should be doing the 3 super encrypted tokens a day. You should be spending your gems there so that you can guarantee the legendary you're looking for. But at the same time, if you're not, I'm going to say this. If Peacemaker is not a good standalone tank, like you can just throw him onto a team and say, yeah, he does what he needs to do really, really well, I don't think you should go for him. If he's hyper specific to this team, then, like, for instance, in Superman, the new Superman is good on Mr. Terrific's team. He is also very, very good on a burn team. So for me, DCU Superman is good in 2 places. So that makes him okay, right? Well, now he is a god right now, but I'm running one of those 2 teams, which means, guess what? It's okay that I just summoned for, if I just summoned for him, you're good to go. Now, Peacemaker, I think, will be good on the anti-hero team, and I think he's also going to be very good on the AoE crit team with Green Arrow. For me, that's going to be team 3, but it really depends how good he is if I really want to make that my third team. So that's where I'm kind of like debating. If he's good enough, then sure, why not? I'll go for him. But if he's not good enough, like he's got to be pretty broken for me to consider him. If he's not like just crazy good, I don't know how interested I am in him, because if he's going to just be one of these characters that really, really works if you're running him on Judo Master's team, that's a lot of summons. That's going to be at minimum, I'm thinking like 40 to 80 just to get one copy, and one copy is not enough, especially for Judo Master. You really want to be pulling him at rank 8 so you can rank 7 at bare minimum, so that way you can have his rank 2 leader skill. But remember, he doesn't get the unit or the team counterattack until rank 10. So you'd need rank 10 to get tier 3 leader. That's a lot of copies of a character. We're talking like 3, so you need 1 initial, 3 to get 8. It's 2 more. I think it's something like 3, 4, 5, 8. I think it is around 4, 4, 2, 4. Okay, 4. It is 8 copies. You need 8 copies to get rank 10. I'm pretty sure it's about 8 copies to get rank 10. That's a lot. 8 copies of Judo Master. You can get like 4 copies of Vigilante. Now, we do also know that they do those events where you can get an extra copy by just completing the event. Those tic-tac-toe ones. I'm going to call them tic-tac-toe events. Well, not tic-tac-toe, but like you complete all of the 9 brackets, and then you unlock the 9 brackets. You get the 1 free copy of the character. So technically, you only need to pull 7 copies, which is still, remember, the epic banners, you're not guaranteed the character. I really want to emphasize this. So you should go into summoning thinking, are you going to go for this team? If not, don't summon for Vigilante and don't summon for Judo Master. Wait to see how good Peacemaker is standalone, or if he works on multiple teams. Does he work on the crit team? If he does, that's a pretty free-to-play friendly team. Get a copy of him and then rank him up. But also take note, my last point that I want to make is that you don't want to summon for just a single copy. Going for all the characters at a single copy is a surefire way to halt the progress on your account. You want to be going all in, and especially like for Peacemaker, you want 2 copies of him. So you can guarantee rank 8 at bare minimum to put an artifact on him. That's all I'm saying. You need to think like that. I'm going in for a character, I need to go for rank 8. And then also remember, for the legendary, they do have they have those events. You can almost guarantee a second copy of him. That's how my DCU Superman, I pulled an extra copy, and then I did all the events, and I was able to get a second copy. So I would have 2 extra copies of him. And then because of the HBO Max thing, I got another copy. So he's well into his way of rank 9 and almost rank 10. They don't have all those ways to get Peacemaker. I'm just saying, many people might want to consider this a summon it or a save season. This team feels very specific, but we'll wait and see for Peacemaker. But this is the order of events. Now, the new artifact, I'm currently just working on the artifacts that I have right now. I'm not really enticed to summon at this given moment. This seems like it's going to be hyper specific to Peacemaker. I'm wondering if he has some way to redirect attacks to him for the invulnerability that it's going to give. I don't know what the reinforcement is going to do. They have not given information on that yet. Canon implies like blowing stuff up. We'll see. I don't know. But that's, again, here's the timeline of events. Personally, if you ask me, I would not encourage people to summon until, especially for these epic characters, because what I'm seeing, especially in the Justice Gang, those epic characters are very good on a very specific setup. Judo Master has a really good, it sounds like a really good team synergy, but you really, really, really need then to have a lot of anti-heroes, right? Which also, if you have very high level Red Hood, that could totally work. right? You might do Red Hood, Peacemaker, Vigilante, Judo Master, Zatanna. That could work as well. But again, notice you need these three characters. So you're going to have a breadth, like you need a depth of summons to get all of them, especially these encrypted tokens. Remember, they're, again, I'm going to reiterate this one last time. These are not guaranteed when you do their rate up banners. There's just a 30% increase. So you can go hundreds of summons and not pull them. Just saying. You need a lot. And remember, for these epic characters, you do need, if you want to get them to rank 10, about 8 copies. Can you get them through 8th medals? Yes, but you want to save your 8th medals for your legendaries. But again, we'll see how they run the event. I'm hoping they run the Peacemaker event very similar to the Superman DCU event, and there is ways to get a lot of copies of Peacemaker. Well, not copies, but shards for him, which means you need to unlock 1 copy, and then you can kind of pull some more shards for him to rank him up. But I would also consider moving forward. I really think it's a good idea to go for a copy of a character, because remember, you do want to rank these characters up, especially as time goes on, because you really need those artifacts attached to them. That's pretty much all this video is. I just wanted to go over the timeline. I hope this helps people thinking about if you're potentially interested in summoning. Again, we will see how good Peacemaker is. Once they release his kit, I will review it, and then we'll kind of figure out how he operates. Okay, folks, I hope this video helps. And as always, remember, failing is just your first attempt at learning.